Well, hello again and welcome to Rolynn's Reviews. We are back again. All right. Hope that you are having a Saturday to remember. Okay. As you fill up the uh, chat room, uh, there we go. Please do me one small favor and hit the like button. I promise it won't cost you anything. It's for free. And hopefully, if you will do that, YouTube will share it out with even more people. That's the goal, folks, to try and trigger the YouTube algorithm. So as you fill up the room, I'll give you a minute or so. I see you slowly coming in here. All right. Okay, they're coming in now. The usual suspects. As you enter the room, folks, hit the like button. If you've been watching the channel now for a while and, excuse me, um, you enjoy the content, hey, why not hit the subscribe button, folks? Hey, we're glad to have you. All right, let's get started. Now, if you want me to call your name out during the roll call, you can just say hello. You can send an emoji. Hey, it's up to you. Do what you feel. All right. I'll start with the roll call. There's several people here. Uh, I can only say hello and give you a shout out if you type something. If not, I can just see the number of people here. I don't actually know who is in the live chat. All right. Prosperity, how are you? Laurie is here. Tina's here. Dorian, Baldwin Birds. How are you all doing? Harry, how are you doing, love? Traveling mom, how are you? Uh, we made it to Saturday, and hey, I love it. Um, Look at this title, folks. Now, you know the Democrats are losing their ever loving minds. Okay. Um, so I'm going to show you this video. You know, they've been, oh, Trump's canceling Black History Month. They are losing it. The lunatic liberals, I just don't know what else to say. So, regardless, if he does something nice, they're still complaining. So, yes, Tina, Democrat said he'd be canceling. That's the lie they've been talking about. He just ignores them and just handles his business. So, I think he's to the point he has realized, like we have, it doesn't matter what he does, it's never going to suffice for them. So, just go ahead and handle your business. So, if you look at the title, Racist Trump hosts Black History event at the White House. And then I also wanted to talk about that tax refund proposal. They're angry at that too. How crazy is that? The Democrats love giving handouts. And now Trump is trying to help the American people. Um, we did not, I don't know if you realize it, but a lot of people did not realize how poorly, uh, well, we understand how poorly the last administration was run, but I don't know if we realize, now that everything's being exposed on a daily basis, how bad it really was. And Trump, how you doing, Lisa? What he's trying to do with the IRS, hey, disband it. I'm all for that. You have my vote. Okay. Oh my God. Um, Tina, with the Democrats, is dang that Trump does, and dang that, yeah, Tina, he can't do anything right. So he just handle business and ignore them. That's all he can do. Dorian, they keep talking. Trump is racist. They're the race. Yeah, they're always projecting how they truly feel onto Trump and the Republicans. And so all they have to do, Trump and the Republicans, just ignore them. they're not going to change. And so I wanted to share this with you. And then several people have questions about the possible tax refunds. Some said maybe up to 5,000. I don't know. But hey, anything is better than nothing, I say. If you're like me and you're taxed out of the wazoo, you'll take $100. Okay. I'm just saying they have just, to fund their illegal, their money laundering schemes, they're just taxing them. They taxed us to death. They really did. Dorian, okay, yeah, I got you there. So let's watch this first video here. All right. President Trump speaking at the Black History Month event that he hosted. And of course, the Democratic shills are losing their minds. But I wanted to play some of that for you. And I'm glad he's ignoring them and just doing as he pleases.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow. This is some crowd. How are you? Thank you. Leo. This is some crowd. These are the best people, Tiger. And we have Adam Scott here also, winner of the Masters, one of the greatest golfers in the world. I've always tried to swing just like Adam. It never worked out that way. And Tiger, we know, and I just want to thank Adam and Tiger and the commissioner of golf. Jay, thank you very much for being here. Jay Monahan, head of the PGA, and we had some interesting discussions. But let me ask you, is there anybody like our Tiger? How are you? He's a great. Would you want to just say a couple of words, Tiger? He doesn't. He's much more comfortable. Tiger.
It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be here with you, Mr. President, and to be on the road here with all of you. Thank you so much.
All right, folks, let me get rid of the commercial. What are your thoughts on the program that he hosted? Oh my God, what did I walk into, girl? Okay, Lisa. Okay, Lisa. Let me get rid of this. What are your thoughts, folks?
Thanks, Tiger. And I want to thank all of you very much for being here. Welcome to the White House, and we proudly celebrate Black History Month. How are you, Doug? Today we pay tribute to the generations of Black legends, champions, warriors, and patriots who helped drive our country forward to greatness. And you really are great people. What a great, nice group of... I have some people in front of me every once in a while with all the problems that are caused all over the world. They're not nice. They're not nice. And but we're making them nice. I can tell you that, and we're making them nice rapidly. So we're pleased to be joined in this really beautiful afternoon at the White House by hundreds of incredible members of the African American community, many of whom are making history themselves, including one of the greatest athletes of all time, who you just said hello, the man who matched Sam Snead's #1 record for the most PGA Tour wins ever, and a man who has 15 majors, and he's got a long way to go, too. I was with him a week ago. We played. I think, Adam, he's got some left, doesn't he, huh? He's got a couple of majors left, maybe more than that. But Tiger Woods, he's an incredible guy, an incredible athlete, incredible player. Thank you for being with us, Tiger. Thank you very much. And he got the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which he proudly wore today. And it's we have Senator Tim Scott here. What do you think, Tim? You never got the Presidential Medal.
Thank you so much, Harry, for the super chat. Harry says, like your content, you have a level-headed view. Thank you so much. And I try, Harry, I am flooding the comment section with hearts. They are all for you, love. Thank you so much. Steve, how you doing? Steve, exactly. They didn't ask for DEI. So Dorian, this doesn't look racist to me. Dorian, you know, you've been here long enough that they just call him racist. And so again, he's just handling his business and ignoring them, basically like we do. How you doing, Fridge Reaver? Neat. I have low to handle, but Rolynn is on, so it's a win instead. Oh, Fridge, we're glad you're here, love. Tina, this is beautiful, and listen to how happy. Yes. And the sad thing is, Harry, Steve, Baldwin Birds, Tina, traveling mom. I know traveling mom. All I can think about is when he was beat up by his ex-wife. Oh my God, that was a mess. I haven't, you know, he hasn't been in the limelight a lot. I haven't seen him recently. I'm like, wow, I must be getting old because Tiger, he's getting up there now. You know, you have a vision in your mind of how someone looks. And when it's been a while since you've seen them, it's like, wow. Harry, just keep showing folks the truth. And Harry, that's all you need to do. Ignore the naysayers and just keep moving forward. How you doing, Prosperity? Yeah, and that's all we have to do.
Maybe someday. Maybe someday. You better believe it. And also, Adam, thank you very much. Adam is, as Tiger will tell you, one of the greatest players and one of the great modern players. And he had 32 wins worldwide and winning the Masters also. And he's something very special and a great representative of golfers and athletes. Thank you very much, Adam. Even though he doesn't quite come from our country, he sort of does, right? He's here a lot. He comes from another nice place like Australia, right? And they've been very good, very, very good to us. Jay, thank you very much. Appreciate it very much. We also have the head of Pfizer here, so I want to thank him. One of the great people, one of the great businessmen. Thank you, Albert. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want to congratulate our newly sworn in Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, Scott Turner. Come in. I got to say hello. Come on up here, Scott. I had Tim Scott pushing him so hard, you have no idea. I had no choice. Is that right, Tim? No, Scott is, I've known him a long time, and Scott's a real champion. Say a couple of words, Scott, please.
Well, hello, everyone.
Hi. All right, let me get rid of the commercial. And so tell me, folks, what your thoughts are. And of course, any of the Black people who were invited and who went to the White House, they are being ostracized. They're being canceled. It is ridiculous. OMG.
Is everybody happy to be here together? Is everybody happy to be here together? Amen. Well, first of all, you know, I want to thank President Trump for his confidence and appointing me to this position. I consider it a great honor and a great blessing. And I thank God for this, and I'm real humbled by it. And you can...
Traveling mom, they did boo Pfizer because, of course, Pfizer's a part of Big Pharma. So I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, Trump just kept smiling, though. But, yeah, I picked up on that.
Guarantee that every day that I'm going to lay it down for the people of America. As Senator Tim Scott, thank you for your leadership. I really appreciate you. And for all of those who have gone before us and those of you who have such a great voice today, keep on speaking, keep on preaching for not just Black America, but for all America. So we appreciate you. And my sister, Brooke Rollins, and all of those here, Mr. President, we look forward to working with you, sir, and carrying out this great agenda. We pray for you every day. God bless you, and thank you. God bless America. Thank you for President Trump. Thanks.
And I see we have a newly, I think you just got in, right? They just confirmed you, and you did it very nicely. Brooke Rollins, she's the Secretary of Agriculture. It's a big deal. That's great, Brooke. That was a good vote you had too, huh? She went through very easily, a little easier than some of our people, but they were all approved, every one of them. And today we just had Kash Patel approved, which is great. So, Brooke, congratulations. Secretary of Agriculture, that's big stuff, right? That's big. So you're going to do fantastically. And congratulations also to a really good friend of mine. He endorsed me early, and he was one of the best surrogates you could have. The surrogate is when you walk around and go on television shows and they go try and beat you up, but he beat them up. They didn't have a chance against Tim Scott, Senator Tim Scott from South Carolina. And he's now the longest serving Black United States Senator in the history of our country. I don't know. That's pretty good. He's going to be around for a long time, right? He just got married. Congratulations on that, too. Beautiful, beautiful wife. Thanks as well to Congressman John James. Where's John James? Is he around? Hi, John. How are you? It's a star, young star. I knew that 5 years ago, right, John? I sort of predicted it. And I'm really proud to say that we now have more Black Republicans serving in the U.S. House than at any time since 1870. That's a long time, 1870.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. And Scott, you're going to be fantastic. I'll tell you, you're going to do a great job. As you know, the Americans are going to be celebrating something very important coming up, our 250th anniversary, our nation's founding. And when we do, we're going to look forward to honoring the contributions of countless Black Americans who fought to win and protect and expand American freedom from the very, very beginning. And some of my good friends are here today, and I appreciate you being. I'm not going to call out your names because Tiger will get very bored. He'll say, this is a little boring. This is a little boring if we do that. But I want to thank you all for being here. You are our friends, and we appreciate this. You, McGee. You are my friend. The last administration tried to reduce all of American history to a single year, 1619. But under our administration, we honor the indispensable role Black Americans have always played in the immortal cause of another date, 1776. We like 1776. In the very first skirmish of the Revolutionary War at Lexington Green, an enslaved Black man named Prince Estabrook. You know Prince Estabrook? Yeah. Answered history's call and fought as the Minutemen alongside the other patriots of the very small Massachusetts town. Couldn't protect itself, but they did a good job. Prince was wounded in the early morning battle, becoming not only the first African-American soldier to fight in the Revolution, but among the very first Americans to spill their blood. One of the first in the nation to spill blood in that very, very tough time. Soon Estabrook joined the Continental Army and ultimately won his own freedom along with that of his fellow Americans. His legacy will endure, and we're very proud to honor him today. It's a very important day in our country, and we honor him. First person to spill blood happened to be Tim Estabrook. Today, I'm pleased to announce that we will be including the statue of Prince Estabrook in our new National Garden of American Heroes. We're going to be doing a Garden of American Heroes. And now that I think of it, I must tell you, sadly, most of them, I guess all of them are not with us any longer. I was going to put Tiger in the garden, but maybe you don't want to be there. I maybe should wait a little bit, huh? Like about 50. I think I'm going to wait about 50.
Yeah, and so when have Democrats done this? They have not. Tina said Democrats don't point this out. No, they don't, Tina. All they do is gaslight. Traveling Mom said they cut funding for Black students in North Carolina for agriculture. My grandfather was a farmer. Sad people in farming have to let you. Yeah, farming. Oh my God. Yeah, it's up and down. It is a sad situation so far as American farmers, Traveling Mom. This one positive result of allowing the illegals in was for many Blacks to wake up and learn about political policies, prosperity. Yes, if you don't wake up after that, there's no hope for you. Democrats would use Emmett Till, right? Dorian, the names they use are to inflame people, to get people emotional and upset, and to talk about this country's atrocities. That's all they do. Fridge Reaver, Apologies, gotta leave as Germany had another knife attack, and I need those news. Okay, Fridge Reaver, thanks for stopping in, love. Charles, how are you doing, dear? Yes, Jasmine Crockett, but Robert, I'm going to talk about that. The Democrats, who normally love giving handouts, they are totally against Trump. Trump, they were saying it may be 5,000. It may not be that much. They don't really know. But the Democrats are totally against these refunds that Trump's talking about giving the American people. And now if he was talking about giving it to the illegals, they'd be fine. Just drop the truth bomb, folks. Yeah.
50 years, all right? But Tiger's going to make it, okay? But I'm a little afraid to tell him yes, because he'd be the only one that's living. I don't know, Tiger. Tiger's rejecting that offer, right? Under the executive order I signed last month, this new beautiful outdoor statue park. It's going to be a statue park. It's going to be unbelievable. We're picking the final sites now. It's between various states that want it very badly. We'll honor hundreds of our greatest Americans to ever live, including countless Black Americans, icons.
And again, you see what he's talking about. Now, they, and I have a video I'm going to show you of a Democratic plant, Jamel Hill. They are lambasting this man. So regardless of what he does, it's never good enough. How you doing, Tijuana border jumper? I'm here headed to job number 2, second job. Thank you so much for your super chat, Tijuana border jumper. Before you go to your second job, love, tell me what your thoughts are on this subject matter. Please, sir. Here we go.
Predominantly feature incredible women like Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, Billie Holiday, Aretha Franklin, and Coretta Scott King. And I will showcase extraordinary. It will be something very extraordinary. It's going to be producing, we're going to produce some of the most beautiful works of art in the form of a statue from men like Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, Jackie Robinson, what a great athlete that was, Martin Luther King Jr., Muhammad Ali, he's not a bad athlete. What do you think, Muhammad? Not too bad. And the late Kobe Bryant. People love Kobe Bryant. And we're going to save Tiger Woods for another time. That's all that I can. I'm sorry. During Black History Month, we pay tribute to these heroes and to so many others, but not simply because they're Black heroes, but also because they are truly American heroes who inspire all of us, very much so. The theme of this year's celebration is African Americans and labor. And we want to thank all of the Black workers, construction workers, and every other worker. They do a job like nobody can do. And we want to just thank.
How you doing, Guacamole Kid? Steve said, I hope he does not put a statue of Kamala. Steve, no way. Oh my God, he probably despises her as much as we do. How you doing, Magamaha? MSM must be mad that Trump can't even be racist the correct way. Yeah, he's doing it totally. This is not how you do it. This is not how you play racist. Thank you. Tina, Garden of National Heroes is a beautiful idea. I love. Yes, he's not reading the script. He's not doing it correctly. Okay. Tijuana border jumper, you're 100% correct. President Trump will never do anything to please the sick left. And Tijuana, all of the good things he's doing, I mean, they are lambasting this man. I'm glad he's ignoring them. They will never win another election. Thank God. Oh.
Them very much for their contribution, Tim. The contribution you've made, Tim, is incredible. Opportunity Zone, so many people. So many. He's the father of Opportunity Zone. I'm just the son. He's the father because he came into the White House, the Oval Office, with this idea. And it's probably the #1 economic development project ever in our country. And I want to give Senator Tim Scott the credit for it. Good job, Tim. Of course, millions of Blacks were first brought here in slavery, and they were kept in that evil condition for really generations. But because of the steadfast faith and courage of so many patriots of all colors, we abolished that horrific institution, expanded civil rights, and advanced America's destiny as one nation under God with liberty and justice for all. Just a few months ago, the people in this room and millions of other Black Americans played their own part in the American story when you went to the voting booths and restored a nice, good, solid government. And there's a guy that really helped. There's a man that really helped. You really are great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't forget. I'm proud to say that we received, listen to this, more votes from Black Americans than any Republican president ever. Not even close. Almost 40% of the vote. Now, I won't be happy the next time. Should I run again? You tell me. There's your controversy right there. There's your controversy. You'll be seeing that on time. You're gonna see that tonight, Tim, on television. I want to thank just a few of the people who are with us today, and these are great friends of ours. Alveda King. Alveda, where are you, Alveda? Hi, Alveda. Thank you. You've been with me from day one, and I appreciate it. I won't forget it. She's a fantastic woman. Alice Johnson. Where's Alice? Boy, are you incredible. I watched you on last night on television. You were so good. You know, Alice was in prison for doing something that today probably wouldn't even be prosecuted. She spent.
I'm going to share. Don't go anywhere, folks. I'm going to pull up. You remember, I think Trump was it 2018? Trump low-key a comedian. Harry, facts. Every time he says something, it's hilarious. Thank you, Charles. Yes, Guacamole Kid, he's naturally funny. Yeah, if you remember Alice Johnson, don't go anywhere. I want to pull her story up. And he gave her, listen to the position he gave her since he's not giving Black Americans jobs. Listen to this, folks.
22 years in prison, 22 years. She had another 22 years left. Can you believe it? And I pardoned her, and it was one of the best pardons. One of the best pardons. You know what she was on? She happened to be on the wrong telephone line. Is that true? She was on a telephone call. And I'm not saying it was perfect, but it wasn't worth 40 or 50 years, Alice. And you've been an inspiration to people. And we're going to be listening to your recommendation on pardons. You're going to go over, and she's going to be my pardon czar.
So look, he pardoned this lady who was in jail, just unbelievable, 40 years. And he pardoned her. Now he's giving her the pardon czar. She will determine who is pardoned. So, but he's again, someone please teach him racist behavior. This is not what a racist does. Tijuana Border Jumper, thank you so much for the super chat love. I'm flooding the comment section with hearts again, just for you. Somebody tell me, will someone please teach him this is not what a racist is supposed to do? Oh my God.
Okay. And you're going to find people just like you that this should not have happened. It should not have happened. So you're going to look and you're going to make recommendations, and I'll follow those recommendations, okay, for pardons, all right? Thank you very much. A man who's just incredible. This guy, I watched him when he was a Democrat, and then one day he had to change because he couldn't take it any longer. And did anyone ever hear of a man named Leo 2.0 Terrell? Where are you? Get up here. I love this guy. You know what he's doing now? He's with the Department of Justice. He's in charge of civil rights and lots of other great things. He's going to be working with Pam. It's okay. Could he come up, please? Come on, Leo. Get up here. Leo 2.0. This guy is great. Hello, man.
If you see Leo, you've probably seen him on Fox speaking before. How you doing, U.S. Army retired? But again, Trump is so racist. Why is he hiring all of these Black Americans? Oh, someone please tell him that's not what he, as a white racist, is supposed to do. Oh my God.
I just want to say we are in the presence of the greatest president of all time. He is the greatest president in our lifetime. And I'll tell you right now, the Democratic Party should be a worry because they took us for granted. No longer. We vote in our best interest. We want the same thing that every American wants. Good job. We want a secure border. We want to pay lower taxes. And Mr. President Donald Trump is doing that. Thank you, Mr. President.
How many of you are familiar with Leo? I've seen him on several shows, you know, speaking. How you doing, Mr. Cool? I remember this guy, a lawyer. He used to be a Democrat. Yes, Mr. Cool. And then he finally said, forget this. He finally woke up and came to the right side. Okay.
He's a great guy. No, I watched him. He was a radical Democrat. He became a radical Republican, right? He's great. He's in the Department of Justice. Think of it, doing very important work at the highest level. Also, Sage Steele. Sage, where are you? Hello, Sage. Great job you do. You're doing great. Thank you very much, Sage, for being here. Michael, Harry O. Harris. Michael. Hi, Michael. Thank you very much, Michael. Deontay Johnson. Deontay. Thank you, Deontay. Lynn Patton, she's worked for me for a long time. Lynn, she's worked for us for a long time. Bob Woodson, where's Bob? And we're also joined by 7-time Mr. Olympia.
I have to stop this and read what Lightbearer said. Lightbearer said, this is white supremacy. We are witnessing in the making. Oh my God, what a racist he is. Oh my God. Cecilia, how you doing, love? Rolynn, Joe Biden was the racist. Come on, you're a Cecilia, this is what they keep saying. This is he racist, white supremacist. Look at somebody, I need to teach him. He's not doing a good job. Maga Maha, Eric Adams went against the Democrats. He may go conservative by the time. Maga Maha, Trump predicted he would be under indictment. And even before Trump was in office, he was conversing with him. So he's trying to get on the right side, literally. Montrez, how you doing? President Trump just pardoned Mayor Eric Adams. Montrez, go speak to Miss Mosley, the former mayor of Baltimore. She and all of her representatives and Black people were out there protesting, begging Jim Crow Joe to pardon her. He pardoned everyone but her. Okay. So, yeah, you keep supporting that Democratic Party and see what it gets you, okay? Vipa, Biden was a former KKK. Yes. Kamala is racist for saying, I'm not going to help Black people. Yeah, and of course, they're not going to help anyone except illegals. How you doing, Florida? Hello, Miss Rolynn and friend. We're glad you're here. Cecilia, Trump did not write that 94 crime bill. Facts. Who is responsible for mass incarceration? The Democrats. Yes, Tina, they're always comparing him to Adolf Hitler. Well, he didn't get the memo. Trump did not get the memo. Hitler didn't hire Black people to work around him. Look at all these people that Trump has hired. What were the Democrats and the lunatic liberals crying? Oh, look, he's not hiring any Black people. He used you. Just go somewhere. I can't with them. Joy Reid compares Trump to Hitler and Mussolini. Joy Reid knows her checks are going to stop. That's all. And God knows if Trump, even if the checks aren't $5,000, if he decides to give American taxpayers some of their money back, because God knows they were sticking it to us. And thank God. And I know, hey, now let me say this. I don't like for people to lose their jobs, but let's call it what it is, folks. A lot of these people in the federal government, right, sitting there twiddling their thumbs, not doing much of anything. And all of these people in the IRS, he laid off thousands. Newsflash, Biden hired what, 87,000 IRS workers to come after us to get more money so they could continue their money laundering scheme. Just watch. Why do you think they don't want these? They're so upset about these books. They're being exposed. Taking money from us, the American people. Now, I don't mind paying taxes, but they are just ridiculous. Maga Maha, just keep Trump and Bondi. Oh, yes, Bondi's good. I love her. Yes. The release of a couple, they won't have, yeah, they're desperate. I don't trust it. Anything that happens, I won't be surprised, Maga Maha. Guacamole Kid, the EPA supposedly gave Stacey Abrams $2 billion. Guacamole, I saw that. Everything is coming out. U.S. Army. If they want to see a real racist, just look at Joy Reid or Sonny Holston. U.S. Army, those are the racists. They are. And they're allowed to say anything because they're black women. One's a black woman, one's, I think, Hispanic. And God knows you better not say anything about a black woman. They will bury you. You're not allowed to. Prosperity, I mind, especially when they are spending it on things I don't agree. Prosperity, you've heard me say it several times. Taxation without representation. That's a problem for me as well. Music therapy, how you doing, love? Robert, Jasmine Crockett wants to see a statute of illegal immigrants instead of Black Americans. Right. But these are the people you want us to vote, Black Americans to vote for. That's why let the Democrats continue with this ideology. They will never win another election. And I love it. Guacamole Kid, Crockett's worth $9 million. Guacamole, they're all trying to keep those checks with this money laundering that's been going on. It's all being exposed. And God knows if Trump decides to send Americans, even if the check's not $5,000, if he decides to send Americans some of that money back, it's a wrap for the Democrats. They can forget it. I love it.
To see this guy, Phil Heath. Where's Phil? Phil Heath. I don't want to compare my muscles. Here he is. Thank you, Phil, very much. I appreciate it. Will you come up here for a second? Come on, get up. I gotta say, come on, you. From day one, right? From day one, he's been here. Get up. You got to say just a word. Don't fall. If you fall, it's all over. Tiger, you're not allowed to fall. You know, you can make a great speech, but if you fall going up, that's no good. Come on.
Wow. Are you kidding me? Mr. President, it has been an honor of a lifetime to support you, to try to wake up as many people to the lies of the Democrat Party and the nonstop manipulation of the mainstream media. That's why I now have my show on Newsmax, so I can champion you. And I'm thankful that we've been able to champion him and get him across the finish lines for another amazing 4 years. And let me say, I know God has chose you. He anointed you for this position. He kept you alive so you could be here today.
Yep.
And we prayed for that. We pray for you. We continue to pray for you. And we're thankful for your service and your sacrifice. Mr. President Donald J. Trump, honor. God bless you.
And I've said that if you go back, some of you have been with me since that time. If you can't see the providential hand of God at work during the first attempt at unaliving, I don't know what else to tell you. Cecilia, how are you worth millions on a $250,000 a year job? Corrupt Cecilia. That's why they were cooking the books. It's all coming out. Thank God. That's why, again, hiring all these IRS agents to continue so you can continue your money laundering schemes, Ponzi schemes, pyramid schemes, all of this crap that they're doing with all this money that's just wasted. When as bad as Americans are suffering. Oh my God.
From day one. I like it.
Oh, folks, please hit the like button if you're enjoying this content. Thank you so much. Here we go. We're almost done with this video. Don't go anywhere because I have some other stuff to share with you folks.
Those guys from day one.
And you know how Trump is. If you're with him from day one, Trump is very loyal. Trump is very loyal.
Tiger's been there from day one, too. Let me tell you, this guy is amazing. In 4 weeks, our new administration has achieved more than most administrations achieve in 4 years. We brought our country back. It's 4 weeks. Today is our 4th week, the end of the week. We are now starting our 5th, and I think we've done more in 4 weeks. Well, certainly than the last administration did in 4 years. They actually went negative. They actually went in the wrong direction. Together, we're going to be fighting long and hard for Black Americans and all Americans. We're going to be fighting for all Americans. We've secured our border and we're stopping the invasion of our country. You know, our border right now is more secure than it's ever been. Mm-hmm. And we had the record 4 years ago. We had the record. We had the lowest number in history. And now the numbers, Tim, are even lower than they were then. And we're honored. We're allowing people to come in from all over the world, from prisons and jails, mental institutions, insane asylums, gang members. They had drug dealers. They had everybody dropping in. And we had this ridiculous open border policy. They drop in. And I'll tell you, the people that were affected the most were Black people. You were affected the most in terms of the crime, in terms of the drugs and everything else. And we have the border shut down. We allow people to come in. We want people to come in, Tim, but we want them to come in legally. They're going to come through legally. So we're protecting American workers, including millions of Black workers. And we have a thing called reciprocal tariffs. If they charge us, we charge them. This is opening up. We just signed the bill and we're going to take in billions and billions of dollars. And we're making our country very healthy again and very rich again. We want to be very rich again. We've been taken advantage by everybody. And you've been watching Doge, where we found billions, tens of billions of dollars of fraud and waste and abuse, and that's just the beginning. And Elon Musk has done an amazing job, I have to tell you. Him and his super geniuses, you know, these are seriously high IQ people, and nobody's going to talk them out of anything. They go in and they're finding billions. I mean, literally tens of billions of dollars that we just started, and I think that's going to have a big, big impact, Brooke, right? So we want to just really say, and I have to say to you, I look at this turnout, I look at the love in the room. This is just love in the room. And I remember the first time I did this, my first administration, one of my first meetings, there wasn't this large a crowd, Tiger. We had about 5 people in the front. We had maybe five Black people right in the front, right about there. I said, is anybody else coming? Is this it? Are we open? I don't even think Tim Scott, I know Turner wasn't there. I don't think Tim Scott was there either. I'm not sure. But that's all changed. And we got the highest vote. And one of the big reasons I'm president today is because of the Black vote. And I just, and I always appreciate it. So this is a very special time. It's Black History Month. We love you all. We're going to work with you. We're going to make America greater than ever before. We're going to do it together. And I want to thank you all for being here. It's an incredible honor. And to my great golfing friends, I want to thank them in particular because they really are. They make a lot of money. They don't have to be up here with me.
So, yeah, folks, what are your thoughts on this, folks? Yeah, he is enjoying himself. He's enjoying himself, Tina. U.S. Army, Doge is finding a lot of corruption. Now, let's see the Department of Justice start jailing these that are involved. U.S. Army, I cannot wait. Music therapy, yes, I heard about Mayor Bass firing that fire chief. She needs to fire herself. She needs to step down. Dorian, they always claim Trump hates women, especially with the murder of babies being brought. Yeah. Prosperity said, we need Doge in Chicago. Robert, since it's Black History Month, where were these Black leaders to help out that homeless black woman whose kids died in the cold. Robert, they're somewhere making sure that the illegals are warm. You know, they're not doing anything for Americans. We know that already. Never, ever. Where are we? Music therapy. She's trying to keep herself off. She needs to step down, or she needs to be removed. That's ridiculous. Why are you going to fire someone? You need to step down. Where are we here? Cecilia, Rolynn been gone, but God has blessed me. Keep God first and educators of our children. They should make this kind of money. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it, Cecilia? Yes, I like transparency, Lisa. Yes. Robert, how come Jasmine Crockett didn't mention that homeless woman whose kids died in the cold? Robert, because they weren't illegals. Now, if these were children of illegal, oh my God, all of the Democrats would have jumped on it. So I don't know why these people continue to vote for Democrats. They do not care for you. They despise you. You can't see it yet? Give me a break. Guacamole Kid, we have a lot of work to do to try and repair all the damage that's been done, but I think we're going to, and we will. Music therapy, I wish he stopped drinking Diet Coke, though, because that stuff's no good for the brain or any other part of the body. Music therapy, all those diet sodas are crap. I teach, one of the courses I teach is actually food science, and we talk about all of those false, fake sugars, and yeah, I tell people, if you have to drink diet soda, just don't drink. It's better for you to drink the regular soda instead of the diet. Or drink water, really. No one needs all that sugar. Cecilia had money under Trump, wasn't rich, but wasn't poor. Okay. All right. So listen, I have something else to share with you. I hope if you're enjoying this content and the beautiful conversation that we're having, type A1, folks, please, in the comment section. Let me show you the young lady that he was talking about. Since 92% of Black women voted for Jim Crow Joe, and he won't do anything for you. Let me show you what Trump did for this lady. The lady you heard him talking about, the lady that he pardoned. Look at this. How many of you remember her story? Right prosperity, no substitutes. They're worse for you than the high fructose corn syrup. Okay. How many of you remember this? This is the lady he was talking about. Now, if you came in late, you may not remember. This is the lady, Alice Marie Johnson. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying this content. I couldn't wait to get here and talk to you about this. Beanie, how are you, love? So, Trump appoints, and you just heard him say it, Alice Marie Johnson's pardon czar during Black History Month event at White House. He pardoned her in 2018. Okay. She spent 21 years, 7 months, and 6 days behind bars for a non-violent drug offense before her life sentence was commuted since her release. Where are we? Commuted by President Trump 2018. Okay. All right. This is what he just said something about. And there she is. So he gives you a chance. But again, he's not being a very good white racist. He's doing a horrible job. Someone, please, somebody contact his PR people. He's not doing a good job. Yes, U.S. Army. So he gave her a pardon. He gave her a job. This is not what white racists are supposed to do. Okay. And of course, again, this happened. She was convicted of a nonviolent drug trafficking in Memphis, Tennessee, after serving 21 years. Okay. And we know Kim Kardashian, she met with Trump at the White House a week prior to her release to discuss her great grandmother's case. Okay. So, yeah, there's Kim Kardashian. All right. And this is when they were celebrating her 5 years of freedom. And yeah. So someone contact him. What Democrats that you know of have done this? I'll wait. Type it in the comment section. I'll wait. Maga Maha, I didn't even know this before, but have you heard of ghost drug convictions? I was dumbfounded. Joy Reid needs to dye her hair back to. Hey! I think a lot of these. Are you talking about Maga Baja people who were convicted but didn't really serve any time? Let me show you. Here we go. Let you hear her talk. She's so grateful to have a second chance on if it'll play without buffering. Let me see. Now, if I can get it to play without buffering, I'll let you hear her talking.
That was such a bittersweet moment for me to hug them and to, just to know that every time they see me, it gives them hope because as I told them yesterday, I'm one of you. I'm just a free one of you. This was my Aliceville family, not just me giving a keynote address. These are women who I spent time with, who we cried together, we prayed together, we celebrated together, we lived life together. I gave a strong message of wherever you're at, they've been planted in Aliceville right now. Live life.
Mhm.
Don't allow yourself to be robbed of the gift of life. I know that you're in prison, but prison don't have to get inside of you.
Mhm.
You can still do things. You can still be connected to your family through whatever means that you can be connected through phones, emails, letters. And no matter what, you're still mama, you're still a sister, you're still family to someone, you're still a friend.
Mhm.
We haven't forgotten about you. So it's very important that I'm out here publicly reminding people that you're still there. I am their voice. Was my faith in God that He.
So even though she was pardoned, she's still helping these women that are still incarcerated. She's an inspiration, folks. Wow.
Knew where I was. When I first entered prison, someone said to me, Alice, bloom where you're planted. God knows where you are.
Mhm.
And that word became life to me, knowing that God is with me, that He knows where I am. And literally, this didn't catch Him by surprise that I was going to be in prison. He didn't put me in prison, but He used me in prison. And my time in prison was a mission, was purposeful. I know that I spread a lot of light, a lot of hope, even as a prisoner,
Mhm.
when people knew that I had a life sentence and I still had joy and I still was doing the things that I was doing. I wanted to make my community better. And I intentionally didn't immediately disclose what my sentence was because it gave even a stronger message when people would find out
Yeah.
that this lady is serving a life sentence. I've got a 10-year sentence. I've got a 5-year sentence, and I think I can't make it. So even that gave them hope that they could live because they saw me walking it out, even in prison. I literally fell on my knees in my cell as those iron doors slammed behind me. And I prayed and I asked God to show me my purpose in this, show me meaning in this. And if you can use me, I'm available. I think becoming a yielded vessel that the Lord can use opens up those opportunities because I too had a choice. I could have spent my time being very bitter about being there, or I could live life. One thing that I told the women that the only way someone can take your life, no matter what your sentence is, if you surrender it to them.
Mhm.
Choose to live life, choose to be light wherever you are, because if there is even one pinpoint of light in a dark place, it's no longer darkness. They'll say there's light in that room. So that I think prepared me. Prison, which is a very could can be a very dark place and is one of the hardest places to be separated from your family. And that prepared me too when I came out, when COVID hit and I had to be separated from my family. I knew how to survive. I didn't have mental issues because I'm not connected. Because now I'm connected even more. Because we can do FaceTime, we can do phone calls. We're still connected during that period when we had to shelter in. And even now, as we see this world seeming very hopeless with wars and rumors of wars, and we're seeing things happening in cities that we've never seen before. These are turbulent times that we're living in. But in prison, I learned how to look beyond my surroundings and know that another day is another day to hope in. And that cannot be manufactured.
Nope.
You can't spend that much time in prison and manufacture something. Every actor has to put their part down at some point. So this was not an act for me. This was real. I'm a grandmother. Um, I saw my grandchildren grow. We didn't have that same physical connection, but I made sure that I was always writing them letters that they held on to. I was making them stuff to send home, and I learned how to do crocheting and other things so they would have something tangible from their grandmother. And I always talked about my love for them. So when I came home, they ran and they embraced me because I never allowed to prison to disconnect me to my family. I had to hit the ground running. When I left prison, I promised the women that I would never forget about them. I'd never stop fighting for them. And it was important for me. It was already fire in my belly, literally, to fight for them. So as soon as I hit the ground, I was speaking all over the place about the First Step Act, trying to get it pushed. They even had big billboards of me in the airport in DC and at the bus stops and train stations, 66 images of me where they could go and read my story and be encouraged to support the First Step Act right there where our legislators were. I was everywhere speaking about it, helping to push it. And even when President Trump endorsed the First Step Act, he talked about my case. He talked about not, he asked for sentencing reform to be added because he did not want there to be another Alice Johnson. So just imagine impacting the president where he wants something added that could
Mhm.
help more people like me.
Wow. Again, someone please tell him he's doing the racist thing wrong. Somebody please tell him. Music therapy says, um, wait a minute. Lynn, what are your thoughts? Where are we? What are your thoughts on the FDA? I say we dismantle because it's too corrupt. Music therapy, I actually teach about um, the FDA in the course I teach, the food science course that I teach. They are corrupt to the core. Let me give you an example. And I actually did a video probably about 3 years ago. A lot of the foods that we're consuming, and I know this is off topic, music therapy, but I wanted to give you an example since you did ask that question. A lot of the foods that we consume are illegal in Europe. Let's look at Kellogg's. I think Kellogg's makes Fruit Loops. If you look at the ingredients list on a box of Fruit Loops that's manufactured here in America, compare it to a box of Fruit Loops that's manufactured in, say, England by Kellogg, same company. They don't have all the artificial colors and all of these chemicals that are known carcinogens. So, unfortunately, and I teach this music therapy in my food science class. Some of the people who are over the FDA actually used to head up Monsanto. Monsanto's over most of the food, a lot of the food that we're consuming. Monsanto started over 100 years ago, not as a food company, folks. They started as what? If you don't believe me, Google it, look it up. They started as a chemical company, and now they're over our food. So then they leave Monsanto and they go, and now they're the head of the FDA. They're not doing what's in the best interest of the American people. I want them gutted. If you can shut them down too, I'm all for it. I hope that answered your question, music therapy. Yes, music therapy. Um, yeah, everything's genetically modified. All of these food additives, they know big food feeds us all this crap. Then we all get sick and they turn us over to Big Pharma. Don't get me started on their music therapy. You know I'll tell it. Let me show you. Again, regardless of what Trump does, it's never enough. Let me show you this. Oh my God. Jemele Hill. If you don't know who she is, well, she's another Democratic shield. She's always fanning the flames. Everything's racist. White supremacy is the primary problem for Black people. How many of you know, if you know Jemele Hill, type a 1 in the comment section. Maga Maha, Sister Row, isn't all the dyes and stuff like that tastes? Maga Maha, most of it is unnecessary. But the primary goal that they have is to make sure that their product is sold prior to it spoiling. So they pump all these chemicals. Oh my God, it's awful. I hope that answered your question. Robert, they need to do a recall on Mayor Karen Beck. Yes, Robert. Lisa, love me some Fruit Loops. Yeah. Music therapy. I will drop that link. I did that a video about 3 or 4 years ago. Matter of fact, I had just started my YouTube channel. And when I did a video on that, Steve knows who she is. She's a race pimp. Yes. She is a not need to know. Yes, Vipa. Yes. Yes, Guacamole. Listen to her. So again, regardless of what Trump does, she and the other Democratic shields, I won't even show you Joyless Reed because just listen to Jemele is enough. I don't want to make you sick before you eat your dinner. Listen to this crap.
There were going to be statues of Kobe Bryant and Muhammad Ali. So it just seems a little hypocritical that you would be doing everything in your power to sort of outlaw the teachings of what, say, a Muhammad Ali stood for. Like, are you going to tell people that he stood against war, that he stood against these very progressive civil rights issues? That doesn't seem to be the part of it. And what I noticed there from that clip is that he had to read letter by letter about what these people, what these great Americans have done in terms of progress for our country, because it's not something he's familiar with and not something that it's natural for him. So I consider this to be an insult, a slap in the face.
Oh.
And frankly, all the people that attended this, look, I guess God bless you if you've never been to the White House and maybe you looked at it as some kind of great experience. But everything this president has stood for and done in the last decade or so has been a complete rejection of what Black history is.
Abel, how do you?
Okay, now you heard what she just said. I want you to respond in the comment section before I continue to play that as I respond to a couple of comments. Cecilia, people say you're such a big Trump supporter. Support what is right under God. If Trump, right, Cecilia, facts. There's right and there's wrong. Thank you, Cecilia. Montrez, Rolynn, you're exactly right. I spent a lot of time in Europe. Those ingredients are very different than the ones they have in the States. Yes. Montrez, I spent a month traveling around Europe, so I know exactly what you're talking about, dear. How you doing, Chris? How are you? All right, so there's Chris. Flowers to dandelion. Prosperity. I don't know what prosperity's doing. One nation under God. Yes. Jemele Hill is crazy. Beverly, she is, oh my God, she's awful. She looks like Tiffany Henry. Baby, all right, where's the millions of dollars? Okay, here we go.
How do you square what Jemele is saying there, that this White House, this administration has spent so much time, especially in the last month, denigrating diversity as even a concept? And actually, let me just go ahead and play this because I think it's instructive to hear exactly what they have been saying. Listen.
I think the single dumbest phrase in military history is our diversity is our strength.
My son is in a public school. He takes a class called African American History. If you're running an African American history class, could you perhaps be in violation of this court order, of this executive order?
I'm not quite certain, and I'd like to look into it further and get back to you on that.
You can have DEI in water coolers and universities. I disagree with that, but lives aren't impacted with DEI at universities. it is impacted here. I just want the best and the brightest, keeping Americans safe.
Okay, so you say that, and then you throw Black History Month event, and people are supposed to then say, well, it all doesn't matter. He really does care about the history of this country, which includes people. It's Black History Month today and this month, but it could be Hispanic History Month, Women's History Month, all these diverse people.
Absolutely.
What are Americans supposed to think?
I mean, look, President Trump is not a traditional politician. I mean, he never has been, he never will be. So today when we saw the celebration in the White House, I thought that was a beautiful ceremony. I thought it was a packed house there. I mean, Tiger Woods, I can go on and on of all the people that were there. He made it very clear today, Abby. He said, Black Americans are legends. I'm going to put some statues up. Kobe Bryant.
But he's governing in exactly the opposite way.
I think what he's trying to do is on one end, he knows he's got a huge deficit. He's trying to make cuts and move the business, this big government forward.
I'm not talking about the cuts. I'm talking about the denigration of people based on this idea of DEI. They tried to blame a plane crash on diversity.
Yeah, I don't actually agree with that, to be very sincere with you. I think he looks at DEI more of a, let's put that aside and let's do everything on merit. He's made it very clear. He's talked about merit all along. So
are you all keeping up with Jamel? You see, she keeps making all these facial expressions. Type a 1 in the comment section if you, is anyone else noticing that? Right Prosperity, Maga Maha, as MSNBC, they should be held to a higher standard. He isn't against diversity. Right, Maga, he did not say, we shouldn't hire Black or Hispanic or Asian people. But that's the way they make it sound. U.S. Army retired. If we had a white, Asian, Latino, etc. History Month, all the Black instigators would be calling it racist. They'd be out there protesting, Al Sharptongue and the rest of these race hustlers. Jamil might even show up. Okay. She's making all of these faces. Give me a break.
Well, I really think, Abby, that what happened today was a beautiful thing.
So I don't. So I think he's trying to gaslight us. I mean, come on, Solomon? Man. You have got to be kidding.
So he didn't have it. If he didn't have it today, you would be
he's
back.
He's trying to gaslight us. He said he doesn't want anybody in government to celebrate Black History Month, and then he says, "Okay, I'm going to put on an event about Black History Month, and I'm going to be the speaker." There aren't any Black people, really saying anything about what's happening with him. He tried to use DEI as literally a racial slur against us, as if Black people.
Okay, type it in the comment section. Did Trump say something about Black people in reference to DEI? Okay, so who is gaslighting? Who is telling lies? When did Trump say something about DEI and Black people? Maybe I missed that video or that article. Type it in the comment section. All Trump has been said, thank you, Maga Maha. All he has been saying is merit-based. He said nothing. He didn't mention anything about color or gender. What the heck is he talking about? But Trump is gaslighting? Prosperity, you missed it too. Yeah, I missed that one. And I'm on social media every day, all day. I missed that one too. They're just sitting up here telling lies, and they wonder why they continue to fail. That's a lie. U.S. Army, you've heard me say DEI is racial in itself. That's my opinion. U.S. Army, if I have to, God forbid, if I have to have heart surgery one day, I don't want them using DEI to choose who's going to do my heart surgery. I want the best doctor available. Get rid of DEI. I don't care about race. Who is the best? When I go to, and I'm near retirement now, but if I decide to continue teaching and I go share my resume, fill out an application with another school district, I don't want them looking at me and saying, well, we need another Black teacher. They need to be asking, can she do the job? Don't give me a job because of my skin color. I don't need charity, okay? Tina, he's ridiculous. This Juan McWilliams is New York. Yeah, Robert, that's all they do for is illegal. Trump never said anything about black people as it relates to DEI. Never said a word. They're lying. Trump praised black people for helping him win the election. Look it up, Cecilia, and we just played that on the video. Right, Maga Maha? This is why they're failing. All they do is lie.
People are benefiting from anything in this country and getting anything we're not qualified for and don't have to work twice as hard for. Black people have to live in the real world. When the cops come, we're scared because we might not come out of it alive. We walk into a store, if they let us in, we're followed around. We don't get loans when we have the same credit score as everybody else because we're black. We have to live in the real world. You can't gaslight us. We know reality when we see it. This is not real. This is a joke. That's what that is.
I mean,
And personally,
Tiger Woods was speaking at the podium today.
Tiger Woods said he's Kablasian.
Right. I thought he would be there for Combination
Come on, man.
History Month.
So, one of the things also, apparently the Defense Department's getting ready to make some cuts. We talked about it earlier. One of the cuts rumored to be happening is of CQ Brown, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, shockingly, a black man. This is not.
So what that the guy, he's black. There are a lot of white people that have been laid off as well. I don't hear her saying anything about those people, right? Ladies, stop it.
Not surprising to me because I know the conversation in MAGA world about that. But the idea that maybe one of the first acts of the new defense secretary would be to ask the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, who is a black man who a Republican senator just today said has done a very good job and he would be surprised to hear if he were eliminated in some of these cuts. Mm-hmm. Kevin Kramer said a month ago that he knows CQ Brown pretty well. They've had disagreements, but he thinks he's doing a great job. Why would this even be a conversation?
Well, I think Hegseth has sort of changed his tune on it a bit. They seem to be working together in the early onset, right after his confirmation. He gave him a vote of approval out loud to the press corps. So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to jump to a conclusion on that. And also, I hope that even if we have political disagreements with somebody in history, a figure of history, we can still recognize their greatness. And I think that's very important. So I was glad to see Donald Trump highlight, yes, great athletes, but yes, Rosa Parks, yes, Frederick Douglass. I think that's great. And we can have the debate over DEI, and I think I can go in a million different directions. I think when it comes to the celebration of Black history, I think the president's signal today was he doesn't want to see it erased from our conversation in our country.
But that's not what his actions say.
Right, U.S. Army, exactly. U.S. Army says these are the type of people that keep racism active. They won't let it rest. That's how they get their checks, U.S. Army. They want to keep the checks coming in. And so that's why. And did you all, how many of you noticed? Did you see did you notice? I told you I'm big on body language. Not just Jamil Hill's facial expressions. How many of you actually noticed her, the way her body language? Just like anything with Trump, she is just like totally against. She wants nothing to do. How many of you noticed that? Don't tell me that she just said, why did you ask him? Right. There are Black and white people losing their jobs. So stop trying to make it racial. That's why you're failing and you're continuing to fail. Stop it. The American people are sick of your divisiveness. Oh my God. Let me show you, because one of you were asking about Trump, what he's going to do so far as property taxes. I'm not sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now, President Trump is finalizing the details of a plan to give every single American a $5,000 tax refund. And I'll tell you what, this plan has the Democrats absolutely losing their minds. So you see, right now, this tax refund is being called the Doge dividend, and the way it works is actually...
All right, let me see. Let me get the video set up for you. All right. Let me come back in. Okay. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, let me know. I don't know why I froze. All right. Let me see. I have. If you can hear. Okay. All right. You can hear. Okay. Let me pull the video back up and then we'll be done. I just wanted to share a video with you on Trump's tax refund because some of you were asking about it. So let me share the screen. I don't know why. I don't know. It must be StreamYard having an issue because my internet, I have not had issues with it. So it must be StreamYard. All right. So you can hear me. Hopefully you can see my screen. All right. All right. So this is about what we were talking about, the possible new tax refund. And all right, you can hear, you can't see me. I don't know why you can't see me again. It must be an issue. Yeah, it must be an issue with StreamYard. They have been having some technical difficulties. So I don't know why you can't see me, but as long as you can see the video, we're good. Let me see. We'll just do this since you can't see me anyway. So listen to this, folks.
Right now, President Trump is finalizing the details of a plan to give every single American a $5,000 tax refund. And I'll tell you what, this plan has the Democrats absolutely losing their minds. So you see, right now, this tax refund is being called the Doge dividend, and the way it works is actually revolutionary. Now, as I'm sure many of you know, right now, the Department of Government Efficiency is hacking and slashing all of the fraud and waste out of our federal budget. In fact, as things stand right now, the DOGE has been able to cut out over $55 billion worth of waste so far, with the ultimate goal of cutting out $2 trillion by 2026. And so now, here's what the Doge dividend proposal actually looks like. For every dollar cut by the Department of Government Efficiency, every American would get 20% of that back in the form of a tax refund. So what that means is that if you do the math on all of that, like I said earlier, we're talking about a $5,000 tax refund for every single tax-paying American. Now, the Doge dividend proposal document actually gives some extra insight and clarity into why President Trump is pursuing this at all. You see, 4 big reasons are given for the Doge tax refund. Benefit 1, it will serve to right the wrongs that were done to the American taxpayer. Benefit 2, it will share the benefits of cost cutting with the American taxpayer. Benefit 3, it will boost tax morale. And benefit 4, it will incentivize 2025 labor force participation.
So, folks, look at this. And this is what we were talking about before. Many of us, now we all complain about taxes. I admit I do as well. But benefit number 1, righting the wrong done to the taxpayers. The Democrats did a doozy on the American people. Again, to fund their money laundering, their Ponzi scheme, their pyramid schemes, all of this money, and it's being exposed. And so if Trump does this, Again, the Democrats, hey, this is going to, it will be a wrap, even if it's not $5,000. And look at this, sharing the benefits of cost cutting. They're saving money. They're just giving us some of the money back. Okay? Because we were charged too much to begin with. Boost tax morale. That helps. Incentivizing 2025 labor force participation. Hey, let's get more people to work. They're cutting food stamps. Section 8, good. Get out here, work, earn it, right? Hey, I'm all for this. If you agree, I will type a 1 in the comment section. If you agree with me, type a 1. All right, here we go.
And then, to top all of that off, because this tax refund is driven by budget cutting measures and not being financed, it won't even be inflationary. So folks, I don't know about you guys, but to me, this sounds like a pretty good idea. Now, that being said, not everyone is happy about this because, as you can imagine, the folks over at CNN are actively doing everything they can to undermine all of this. But before we move on and take a look at that, I want to say real quick, if you guys enjoyed the daily news coverage, please consider subscribing to the channel because it really does help a ton with my daily struggle against the YouTube algorithm. But okay, take a look at how Stephen Miller, Trump's political advisor, absolutely destroys CNN's entire narrative about all of this.
The American people are exhausted and tired of watching their tax dollars be corruptly spent, abused, wasted, and in every sense robbed.
Okay, now I told you about watch her facial expressions and her body language. Watch her the entire time this guy is talking. She is like totally disgusted. I love it.
Stolen from them. This president, for the first time in history, is committed to restoring accountability at every level of the federal government. You may assert there's no waste in the Pentagon. You may assert there's no waste in
Stephen,
Treasury.
I'm not
you may
asserting,
assert there's no waste in HHS.
Stephen, I don't think anyone.
Then why are you not celebrating these cuts? If you agree there is waste, if you agree there is abuse, if you agree there is corruption, why are you not celebrating the cuts, the reforms that are being instituted? Every day that no action is taken, the entire
Stephen, let's calm
salaries
down.
of American workers that are taxed.
She told him to calm down. She told him to calm down. Cecilia, eggs, $8. Okay, $12 coming. Right. Music therapy. Haha, Lynn, it's so delicious. Yes, it is. U.S. Army. I would rather have a tax credit than a check to everyone. Those moochers who don't pay taxes won't get anything. U.S. Army, if I had my way, I'm with you. I agree. Tax credit. Hey, those of us who are paying out of the wazoo, I think I told you, I paid over $13,000 in federal and state taxes last year. So yeah, reward the people who have contributed. I am with you 100%. Zelly said she is. I told you, watch her. She looks like she wants to be anywhere but there. Look, watch her. How you doing, Mayor? Hit the like button, folks. I love this. They're calling them out on their foolishness.
Disappear forever.
Stephen, let's calm down.
This is
we're
not
having a debate.
There's no reason
about whether there are
you are
places.
clearly trying to debate me, and I will be as excited as I want to be about the fact that we are saving Americans billions of dollars, that we are ending the theft and waste and grift and corruption, that we are stopping American taxpayer dollars from subsidizing a rogue federal bureaucracy that has been relentlessly weaponized against the American people.
Okay,
you may not care about
I'm
this
not
issue.
Talking about
your colleagues may
whether
not care about this issue, but we care about this issue. The American people care about this issue.
They also care about privacy.
And the American public overwhelmingly supports what President Trump is doing.
Are you okay? Evil Zelly, how you doing, Zelly? Zelly says she evil eyes look. Yes, she's pouting, and she keeps saying, Stephen, calm down. And just looking at her body language, she is not buying it. She does not want to hear the truth that he is spewing from his mouth. Now, that's how the liberals, the lunatic liberals are. Lisa said she's a sad sack. Okay, Lisa, you're making me date myself. I know who sad sack is. Oh my God. Oh, just watch her. Look at her the whole time. Oh my God. Every American, Democrat, liberal, libertarian, whatever, should be happy. Vipa says she's a DEI hire. Oh my God. A traveling mom. Sounds like the Tiff plan. Am I wrong? Tiffany said the same thing. Yes. Oh my God. So do I. Comic strip. Yes, I know who Sad Sack is. 5,000 tax-free plea. Yes. Hey, all of us who have paid in, hey, I'll take it back. I'm not too sure about this giving people. Montrez, I agree with U.S. Army. The people who have paid this money, I'd like to have some of my $13,000 back. So the people who have paid in, I'm all for it. Now, if you haven't contributed, hey, you're on your own.
Folks, you know what I absolutely love about that video? It really displays that making America great again is no longer up for debate. We all voted to give President Trump a mandate to fix this country, and guess what? That is exactly what is happening. And so really, what's sad when you think about it is that despite the vast majority of this country actually supporting everything that President Trump is doing right now, still, the corrupt legacy media is trying to push their progressive agenda. In fact, you know what? Elon Musk made a great point about all of this just last night. Take a look.
When these attacks occur, the thing that they're accusing the administration of is what they are guilty of. They're saying that things are being done unconstitutional, but what they are doing is unconstitutional. They are guilty of the crime of which they accuse us.
That's always the first thing they do. He's in violation of the Constitution. They don't even know what they're talking. Well,
It's absurd.
know. It's just a con job. It's a big con job. And they're so bad for the country, so dangerous and so bad. And the media is so bad. When I watch MSNBC, which I don't watch much, but you have to watch the enemy on occasion, the level of arrogance and cheating, and they're just horrible people.
Yeah, and everyone in America knows that they're textbook definition hypocrites too, and people are just sick of it. So no wonder their ratings are in the toilet. But hey, you know whose ratings aren't in the toilet right now? Take a look at this.
Donald Trump and the Republican Party has changed the electorate. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look at party identification, Democrats versus Republicans. You go back to 2017, 5 points more of the electorate was Democrats than Republicans. You go to 2021 when Joe Biden was starting out, look at that, 6 points more of the electorate was Democrats than Republicans. But look at what's happened in February of 2025. Look at this. Republicans, there are more Republicans in the electorate than there are Democrats. Republican +2. So Donald Trump and the Republicans have remade the electorate. They've turned some people over from being Democrats or independents to become Republicans. New folks have entered the electorate who are more Republican leaning. And so when you combine that with the fact that Republicans are really, really behind Donald Trump, all of a sudden you get a winning recipe whereby you break the normal rules of politics and give Donald Trump that positive net approval rating when he had pretty much a consistently negative one in term number one. As I said at the beginning, he's copying Frank Sinatra, doing it my way.
Wow. So what's the takeaway of all of that? It means that President Trump not only has rebuilt the Republican Party, but also he's rebuilding America. And hey, here's the reality. Democrats have yet to come to terms with this reality, but guess what? Americans are absolutely loving Trump's agenda. Border security is popular. Mass deportations are popular. Focusing domestically here in America as opposed to globally elsewhere in the world is popular. Cutting out government waste is popular. And guess what? $5,000 tax refunds are also pretty popular. And so, hey, this is the reason why President Trump won every single swing state and was the first Republican to win the popular vote in 20 years and was able to shift all 50 states to the right in the 2024 election and now has the highest approval ratings of all time. Because people love what President Trump is doing and they're sick of all the manipulation coming from the left. In fact, take a look at what Chuck Schumer had to say about all of this just earlier this morning.
Is it the belief of the caucus that there is wasteful spending in government that needs to be cut? Do you agree with those in that sense?
Of course there's some wasteful spending, but you don't use a meat axe and cut everything. We need to look at each program. We need to go through Congress and see what's wasteful and move to eliminate it, and what's very not wasteful, but very much needed.
So folks, that is a perfect example of the manipulation and lies from the left that people are just sick of. Because he's pushing this blatantly false narrative that Trump is just going around indiscriminately cutting things from the federal budget and that Trump should instead work with Congress to get rid of all the waste. And it's like, hey, newsflash, Congress pretty much created all of the waste. Also, hey, how long has Chuck Schumer been in Congress? Over 40 years, that's right. How much waste has he cut? Zero. And so, hey, I really do hope that the Department of Government Efficiency is able to keep on rooting out all of the fraud and all of the waste from inside of the federal government, and that they can actually give some of that money back to the people. Because, hey, let's face it, that money is better off in your pocket than in the pocket of some corrupt Washington, D.C. swamp beast. And as we all now know, that is exactly what was happening. But folks, I think that's going to be a wrap for this one. So please go down below in the comments and let me know what you have to say about all of this. While you're down there, please like the video if you liked it. Like I said earlier, please.
All right, folks. So what are your thoughts about that? I don't know why, again, you can't see me. Like I said, there may be an issue with StreamYard. So, but at least I was able to share the video with you. I really wanted to share that. Yes, U.S. Army, term limits and clean bills. No more pork or attachments. Yes. Chuck, Lisa said Chuck is a waste of space. Ah! Oh my God, I love it. Yes. Baldwin, people are opening their eyes. Yes. Music Therapy said this is decades of corrupt. Yes. Thank you, Mayor. You're absolutely right. Overspending is the cause of inflation. Yes. Oh my God. Yes, Music Therapy. He needs to go to Shady Pines too. Oh my God. Music Therapy, I fully support a rebate. $5,000, but only to Trump voters. LOL, those wasteful. Yeah, hey, Music Therapy. Yeah, just to the Trump voters. That would get their goat. I love it. Mayor said Schumer is the penguin. All right. I hope you enjoyed this, folks. So I spoke with Prosperity on the phone on Friday. Make sure that you're here tomorrow. She said she's going to come on the show. Hopefully, we will have no more problems. Like I said, it must be an issue with StreamYard because my internet is fine. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard. Sometimes they do have technical difficulties, so I'm glad. Thank all of you. Love you for sticking around and not leaving. Because if any way possible, if you lose me during the stream, if there's any way possible, I will be back. That's why I will continue. If you notice, I was talking to you via my cell phone to let you know that I was working on it. Yes, Prosperity is supposed to be coming on tomorrow and sharing with us the latest about what's going on in Chicago and Brandon Johnson. And she's, hey, she's still holding him to his feet to the fire. And I told her, we're with you. We support you. And honey, she is not. I told her she's going to send him back to the hospital with some more anxiety and panic attacks if she doesn't stop. And then we both laughed and we both said, yeah, I hope so. Have a blessed evening and see you tomorrow. Thank you, Prosperity. You too. God's plan. You're right, Prosperity. You keep fighting. Don't give up. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow, folks. And I enjoyed all of you. And you know what we're going to do now? Who was here? Music Therapy. Would you like for me to drop that link of the video that I did years ago on the foods that they're now? Let me see. Oh my God. I know that was probably 2020 that I did that video. Because I started the channel, was it 2019, 2020? But Music Therapy, if you would like for me to drop that video, I will, because it was a long time ago. On the foods that we are consuming. Okay, I'm looking for it now. And then I will end the stream so we can all enjoy the rest of our Saturday. All right, where's Music Therapy? Yes, okay, I'm looking for it. Like I said, that was a few years. That was about 3 or 4 years. Okay, here it is. I did 2 videos on the discussion of genetically modified foods, which is another issue. So I'll share, copy that link. I'll share both with you. How you doing, Chris Jones? Oh, yes, Chris, we talked about that. The Democrats are totally against Trump giving us $5,000. That's less money that they can launder. I just dropped another truth bomb. All right, so let me drop. I forgot I did 2 videos on the crap that they feed us in this country. Here they are. Zelly, make sure you're here tomorrow, dear. Food labels, music therapy. If you want me to do a video on that, I will. I actually teach that too. Food labels and what you have to look out for. Traveling Mom, McDonald's French fries are bad. Oh, yes, they are. They taste good, but they are bad for the arteries. Crockett is like, what is $5,000? How about what is $750 for North Carolina? Mayor, yes. Yes. Tomorrow, 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the time I'm always on Sundays, folks. My time on Sundays never changes. So tomorrow, Prosperity will be here telling us about the latest, what's going on in Chicago. Make sure I'll have her drop her channel link tomorrow so you can go ahead and sub her up. She's dropping content on her channel as well. Right? Music therapy, and they're killing us. Love you all. Be safe. I'm going to the comment section right now so that we can talk. I'll stay there and talk to you until you leave. Thank you again for spending your very valuable time here at the Rolynn's Reviews YouTube channel. Yes, Music Therapy and Connie. Music Therapy, leave me comments once you watch those videos. Let me know what you think. All right, I'm headed to the comment section, folks.